Welcome to Eat Sleep Nerd, a podcast where you can check out, go AFK, and relax with us as we discuss all things nerd. Comic books, video games, movies, TV shows, and anything else that gets geeks more worked up than Hasbro's security team going after unreleased stars.
What's up, and welcome to episode number 58. I am your dorky DJ, Corey Winter, and in this episode, we dive into the geeky news of the past week to discuss nerdy things across television, movies, and video games. In TV land, air date announcements for Futurama and this year's MCU shows, Disney not releasing a fully finished Aliens vs. Predators animated show, Archer ending after one more season. Over in Hollywood, we do a trailer reaction for a brand new sci-fi movie, and we discuss some MCU development rumors. And in video games, Mortal Kombat 1 has been officially unveiled, PlayStation has announced their big summer showcase, and Nicolas Cage is coming to Dead by Daylight? Joining me, as always, is my nerdy brother Josh Winter, and our geeky friends Jason Summer and, where's Christian? Christian? Christian!
Christian?
Christian!
Christian!
So we lost Christian again.
Gotta get a bell on him.
And this episode of all episodes, I finally have his business
Ah!
cards. I have the Christian custom-made business cards, and he's not here to get them, so.
Can we have an unboxing without Christian?
Yes.
For his cards?
Yes.
Are they the same format, or did you make them differently?
They're the same, just with his name.
Okay.
Look at that. Christian. Gotta come get these, buddy.
Has a
Very nice.
has
Very
a good
nice.
weight.
Yes. It's good. Yes.
It's a good
They're
feel.
nice cards.
Nice rounded edges.
My God,
A little
it
bit of a
has lot
shine,
of
a sheen.
Yep. They almost feel like playing cards.
Yeah. Yeah, Christian, come get
That
those.
is what they feel like.
Since
Yeah.
Christian's
That is
not
100%
here.
what they feel like.
Since Christian's not here. Here we go. Yeah. How does he wear these with headphones? Like, what?
Yeah,
How does he do that?
I don't think you passed the vibe check, bro.
It's commitment to the character, is what it is.
I got brand new sunglasses, by the way. I don't know if you can tell, but
Well, I don't normally see you wear sunglasses, so.
it is so dark in here. How does he wear these every episode?
It actually looks really weird, and I kind of
Yeah, I don't like it.
off.
Yeah, don't like it. All right.
It's just not your style, bro.
All right, so Christian's not here. It's missing
We miss you, buddy.
Missing you. But we have Josh. We have Jason. How are you guys doing?
I'm so tired.
Oh, okay. That's what you see literally every episode.
Spend a lot of my time tired.
Welcome to being middle-aged.
Yeah.
No. Oh, you're middle aged.
I am middle aged.
Oof.
I got
Yeah.
the hairline to prove it.
Oh,
Oh,
the lack thereof.
oh.
How about you, Jason?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a quiet week in the fun realm. Let's see. Oh, so I did some auditions for a Shakespeare play,
Ooh.
and I got cast.
Ooh.
And I'm not. They haven't made the official announcement yet, so I'm not saying what it is.
Boo.
I know.
What's the play?
It's the tragedy of Julius Caesar.
Are you Caesar?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
It's-
No, you are?
What? No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Scoop.
Well, he folded fast.
Yeah.
No. I'm almost as bad as Tom Holland.
Yeah.
No, but that took up a Saturday, and it took up a Monday evening for about 2 or 3 hours both times.
And it will take many more hours.
It will take many more hours now that I've been cast. So that's pretty exciting.
Just remember where your priorities are, buddy.
Yeah. So what? What'd you say?
Just remember where your priorities are.
Podcast first, bro.
Not screwing over about 20 people.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know we each counted as 10 people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Feels
but that's-
right, though.
I've been doing my theater geek out this week. That's
All
what
right.
I've been doing.
All right.
It's Brutus, isn't it? You got Brutus.
No.
Oh.
No. At 2 Joshua,
I think you would have been a really good Brutus, actually.
Is that a compliment?
Yes.
he's a main
He's a main
Don't get me wrong. You're no Denzel, but I think you'd have done great.
Right, and that's fine. I'm okay not being a Denzel. Also, I'm changing my name to Jason.
So this week,
Turns out we've been mispronouncing it
Yeah, I've just not been saying anything
for a decade.
that's how I
Yeah.
always say his name.
It's like Krypton.
Yeah.
Right. So, Corey, what have you been doing?
So this week, I've still been playing Jedi Survivor a little bit. I actually beat the game, but I'm still trying to get the platinum.
So you survived Jedi Survivor?
I did. Wow. I'm not sure if I'm going to get that platinum though, because it's there's a lot to do. So I might just give up on that one.
Is it an involved platinum?
It's pretty involved, yeah. But Josh got me into Yellowstone. And I was not sold on the first episode. But then I kept watching, and my gosh. So the showrunner is Taylor Sheridan. And I didn't realize that he was also the showrunner of Mayor of Kingstown and what's the other one?
Tulsa King with old Stallone, and there's another one.
I don't know.
He's got a few shows going on right now.
Yeah, and like they're all amazing. And so like I've talked about Mayor of Kingstown on this podcast before and how I loved it. It was the Jeremy Renner show. And apparently he's kind of like hinting that all these shows are in the same universe.
Yeah, he refuses to say it straight out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But he is heavily implied in numerous interviews that all these shows take place in the same.
That's kind of neat.
Poking a little hole in that. So Hugh Dillon, who was one of the detectives in Mayor of Kingstown, he plays the sheriff in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So,
he could have a night job.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe.
Statistically, there are 10 people in the world who look like you.
Maybe. Fair.
So.
Yeah.
Maybe. But no, same vibe of a show. Like it's dark and gritty and very heavy on the story. So I love it. It's awesome. So if you have not seen
how are you liking Kevin Costner?
He is amazing. I mean,
Costner's always good.
Like he's gonna, but yeah, he's great.
Even when Costner's in a bad movie, Costner's good.
Yeah, it's true.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
True. But yeah, highly recommend that one if you have not started it yet. Was it just announced that he quit the show after 5 seasons?
Okay, so it's wrapping because they're about to put out the second half of season 5.
Okay.
It's been rumored that he was rapping, and that basically the gist of it was he didn't like all the things that his character loves about it. It's Montana, it's the middle of nowhere, and he's there for months at a time.
Do they actually film in Montana?
Yeah.
Oh.
And so he had kind of hinted that, he wanted it to either essentially pay him more money to be worth the time, because it costs him like half a year every time he has to go do this, or like compress the filming schedule so that he can do all his stuff all at once and then get out of there, or so. And then now there's a rumor, because he's also getting divorced, that he knocked someone up on the set.
Yikes. Okay.
And so, yeah, it got dark fast. Anyway, but it's wrapping up. And apparently they're going to have the spinoff show, which they haven't even titled or announced yet. It's going to air its premiere episode this year in December.
Cool.
And that's the one that apparently we're going to get Matthew McConaughey in.
Right.
Is what they're trying to do.
Right.
Do you have a plot?
So the rumor is that it will involve
Cowboys.
Is that it will involve what kind of became a secondary ranch in the show down in Texas called the 4 Sixes, which is actually Taylor Sheridan's ranch in real life.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And so apparently they're going to have some of the characters move down there. And anyway, I could see how it would work if that rumor pans out to be true. But it would be the first Yellowstone series to not actually involve the Yellowstone Ranch. So I don't know.
Cool.
But you're not there yet. Season 5 is redonkulous. It would not surprise me if the ranch doesn't exist by the time it's done.
Uh-oh.
Like it's out of control.
Yeah. So have you geeked out on anything this week?
No.
Cool. All right.
Moving on.
Moving on. You guys want to get into the nerdy news?
Oh, I get to say it this time. Hit it. Self.
Self. All right, as I mentioned in our intro, we are just diving through all of the small stories that came out this week, and we have a lot. So we're going to see if we can get through all of them. And we're going to start in the television land. We're actually just going to break this down by television, movie, and video games. So we're starting in television. And we're starting with a banger. So we knew about this show prior, but we didn't have any details about when it was actually coming out. But now we do. Hulu has announced that Futurama Season 11 will drop its first episode on July 24th, with
Good
new episodes
news,
releasing weekly every Monday.
We're back, baby.
So we've been waiting for this one for a while.
Yeah.
And Jason, you seem extra excited about it. I didn't realize you were that big of a fan.
Me?
Yeah, you were.
Oh,
Jason.
yeah. No.
Sorry, Yason.
Yeah, just
Yes,
yes. No, it's one of the most cleverly written adult-oriented cartoons that I've encountered. Like Family Guy is kind of it. Family Guy like pushes the edge of stuff, but you actually have like scientists and like physicists and nuclear scientists on the writing staff of Futurama and like mathematicians.
I didn't know
And it
that.
really
Wow.
makes a really clever writing team. And so there's a lot of like intellectual inside jokes that you would pick up on if you know some aspects of science and whatever. And anyway, so there's that part, and then of course all the voice actors are fun. I don't know. I've liked it since its inception, and I've liked the movies that they did to fill the meantime. So yeah, I'm happy to have it back.
Very cool.
And this is the fourth time it's been uncanceled.
Pretty
I
much,
think
yeah.
third time uncanceled.
I think so.
But if you count the movies, fourth time.
Yeah.
There were movies?
Yeah. So they had the second time it was canceled, they brought it back with like 4
It was like
TV
Bender's Big
movies.
Score.
That's right. I remember that.
And then those did so well that they brought the show back.
Yeah.
Right.
And then they canceled it.
Yeah.
But now it's back again.
And this time, it's with a 20-episode order from Hulu. The first 10 episodes featuring in the upcoming season, and then another 10-episode season following sometime after that. So,
Yeah.
and maybe more after that, if it goes well. So,
Woo.
yeah.
Woo!
Woo! All right. Also, we have another story coming out from Disney, because remember, Disney owns Hulu. But this one's a little bit different. So Disney apparently has a finished Alien versus Predator animated series that's 10 episodes long, but they're not releasing it.
But why?
So, this was unveiled during a Alien Day episode of the Perfect Organism podcast, where the licensing director shared details about the anime and why it hadn't hit the airwaves yet. And I quote, "There is, sitting at Disney now at 20th Studios, 10 episodes of a fully completed Alien vs. Predator animated series that I produced. It's done. It's in the can. It's mixed. It's finished. It was produced and story cracked by Eric Calderon and Dave Baker, two unbelievably crazy, talented guys. Before it became an anime," I'm just going to skip down. It's actually a long story.
Why is it not coming out?
Yeah,
So-
that's what we need to know.
We're not actually sure, which is the
Well,
interesting thing.
what was it rated?
Does not say.
Okay.
All we know is that it exists and it's done.
Yes.
See, this is the kind of stuff that it comes back to the Batgirl thing. Like, I just feel
Like, once it's been done, like, why not
like
just
like
release it?
the expense is done.
Yeah.
The expense has been incurred. Especially after it blows up like that. Like, you don't even have to advertise it. Just put it out. Like, so much of that whole, just putting it out requires a lot of... No, you have a streaming service. That was the whole point.
Right.
Like, it cannot cost that much to host something on a streaming service that already exists.
What was that term from last week? Something costs.
The impairment charges.
Impairment charges. Yes.
Yes.
The impairment
Yeah.
charges are too high.
Yeah, it's made up.
Yeah.
The MRI machine has been paid for. Like,
Yeah, I'm actually reading. Okay, I've just read this entire article, and it doesn't really say why it has not been released.
was it just trash?
It went through the entire story about how it got made, but not why it hasn't been released yet. So, interesting.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Especially for a big IP like Alien versus Predator. Like, if it was a brand new IP, I could kind of see it. Like, there's no interest
Yeah.
around it. But for an established IP like this, why not release it?
It just makes no sense.
Interesting.
And I mean,
Alright.
and we've proven time and time again that niche cartoon series work, like Venture Brothers and or like Bob's Burgers or whatever else. Like, just because it doesn't have the mass appeal of something like Family Guy doesn't mean it's not going to be successful.
True. Very
So
true.
why not put it out there?
All right, moving into our next television show series. What am I trying to say? Television show story.
Okay. Good job.
We talked about the CW canceling things
Because it's sad now.
because it is sad now, and the
See you later, CW.
the president of CW, has clarified the direction for the CW going forward.
I saw this.
And during the network's upfront conference, the CW's entertainment president, Brad Schwartz, outlined the vision for programming moving forward, and it includes a serious rollback of the superhero shows the network has been championing for the past 11 years and building out the Arrowverse and other series. He is quoted as saying, "They were hallmarks of the CW for a long time, and as we look forward to trying to make this network bigger and profitable, frankly, as much as we love all those shows, they had their time. They're not working on linear." So they're moving away from superhero stuff in general.
But then he didn't say what they're going to do instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like there's a big hole of entertainment. Yeah.
I mean, like that's he's looking at it the wrong way. Like the fact that they were basically only doing superhero shows is not what was holding CW back. The fact that they were doing all these superhero shows is what kept CW from going under.
Because they were the only person doing it.
Yeah.
Only people doing it. Yeah.
I don't know what other shows are on the CW.
It was them and like Vampire Diaries and
Riverdale
and Supernatural for 84 years. And so Jensen Ackles was a young man when that show started. But no, like it's if you take that away, what's the CW known for? Nothing.
Yeah.
Teen dramas. That's about it.
Yeah.
And even all of those have come to an end now.
I mean, but at the same time, I was thinking
a bold move.
Ackles and how long he's been playing a character. But I mean, Patrick Stewart playing Picard since 1987.
Yeah. Just a smooth 40 years.
Right.
Ain't no big.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
Ain't no big. But all I'm saying is, I get why they're doing this, but I don't know if they've thought it through.
Yeah.
Like, this is the bold step you take when you have a big new plan to replace it.
So when I hear stuff about this, I think about the time that I used to work at Books A Million. And we had to change out the price tags for the bakery case. And the way that we changed it made it made the information less available and harder to update and change. But it was something handed down from corporate because they felt it was a good idea. And this is a similar thing. It's like you have people running the show that don't know how the show actually works.
Yeah.
And this is what I see going on with the CW. You've got people making calls and they're not doing the research to figure out, hey, this is a bad idea to get rid of these things. But, you know.
Well, it's not even, it's not even about getting rid of them. Like, they're gone anyway.
Well, yeah. But
like they'd all wrapped up. But
you know what I mean? But, like, not staying in that genre.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just, I've read a couple of different articles that went over the same thing. And they all kind of said the same thing. He's moving away from superheroes. That's fine, dude. That's cool. What's your new plan? Crickets.
So the only thing he really mentioned is that he cited the young adult audience not making an appointment with Broadcast Today, and that the network will attempt to attract an older audience by getting bigger and broader, quote unquote. So he wants to be an alphabet channel. He says, confusingly, the average age of the CW broadcast viewer is 58 years, which seems surprising considering their history of shows.
That does sound surprising.
58-year-olds aren't watching superhero shows, but
yeah,
I bet more 50-year-olds are watching them than you think.
Yeah. Bigger and broader.
They want to be an alphabet show. They want to be a Fox or an NBC or an ABC or a CBS.
Yeah.
CWBC.
Reruns of Cops. Yeah. I'm calling it.
All right. Wow. Yeah. Well, best of luck, CW. Hope it works out for you.
I mean, that's what happened to G4. Once they started canceling all the shows that they were known for, they moved into reruns of Cops and Ninja Warrior and stuff, and then they went off the air.
Isn't that what happened with Spike TV as well?
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah.
Got rid of all the things that made it the thing.
Yeah, that made it unique. So,
and then there was no reason for it to be there.
Yeah.
Of course, let's be real. Almost all of these channels are about to die anyway. Cable is dead.
Oh.
Like, they're not wrong. The people who are watching cable are the people who don't understand how the internet works.
Yeah.
Or else they'd be watching it on the internet. So we're going to end up very soon with only 10 channels, and it's going to be the 10 streaming platforms, and that's it.
And it's still going to cost you $80 a month, $90
Correct.
a month by the time you're done.
Correct.
Yes.
I finally had to get Peacock to watch freaking Yellowstone, so I have all of them now.
It's okay.
Dang it.
Paramount and Showtime are merging.
True. Yeah.
Disney and Hulu are merging.
Also true. Price going up, though.
HBO Max is maxing.
Yes, Max will finally absorb Discovery.
Right.
Is it finally Max now? Has that happened?
It's very soon. Like it was a couple weeks.
It's supposed to be in May, right?
Yeah.
I know. All right. Moving on to one more. Actually, no, we have 2 more television show stories. FX, another one of those niche television channels, has announced that the long-running animated spy comedy Archer will end with its upcoming 14th season.
I didn't even know it was still on.
It's literally what I was going to say.
I've been watching it this entire time.
And I adored like the first 3 seasons of Archer.
Yeah. I've been watching it. It had the little weird middle part where it kind of like went into those
genre shows,
but then it came back to the spy genre, and it got good again.
See, that's when I quit watching it, is when it started doing other stuff.
And that's what a lot of people have said. So it's not really surprising that this is happening. But I'm also surprised it lasted 14 seasons.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like if you'd asked me how many seasons it got, I would have been like, there's no way it was more than 7.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Interesting.
We started watching Archer in college.
Yes.
So
I think
God, let's see.
And
14 seasons.
I graduated college in 2012.
Let's see. 14 seasons would be
so
2010. 2011?
This article is not saying it started, so yeah, 14 seasons. I think there were actually some years in the middle of where
okay, so maybe like
2000. I was gonna say, I think it was earlier than
years.
that. I think it was like 09.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think I was actually probably still in high school. So yeah. But no, so it's going to be airing its last season starting in August. It will be available on both linear and streaming on Hulu the next day. So we have a few more episodes to go before Archer ends forever.
Wow.
So that's the second time we've used that term, linear. Is that old person word for cable?
Yes.
Okay.
What? Linear?
Linear. Yeah.
Linear.
Yeah.
Use it in a sentence how you meant it. Or use it again. I missed it.
It will be available both streaming and linear.
Yeah. So it's going to air on linear, and then next day it'll be streaming on Hulu.
Interesting. Okay, that's
so
new.
It is the opposite of streaming. There's a term for it now. Linear.
I feel like there's always been a term for that.
I mean, I just swear I've never heard this term, and then we've used it twice in 2 stories.
I've never heard it used that way before either.
Huh.
But now, now you know. We need to find that star.
I thought that was an old person term, so I'm surprised you guys haven't heard it.
Rude.
Super rude. Can you pop him once for me?
And kick him under the table.
Right.
All right. And then one more television show story. We have some official release dates for this year's MCU shows on Disney+.
Snore.
We have Loki Season 2 airing starting on October 6th. And then all episodes of Echo airing on November 29th. So this is the first time Disney has aired a Marvel show, Netflix style, all at once.
Tell me your show sucks without telling me it sucks.
Yeah, but
because we know you're not going to keep coming back for it.
So that's what
here's all of it at once.
That's what people are assuming. I mean, that is what you want to think, considering it's the first time they've done it. But I also kind of think maybe they're just either trying a different strategy.
That's what I'm wondering.
Or if the story's just going to unfold a little bit better if you can watch it all at once.
Thinking it sucks?
Because like if you think back to Obi-Wan, it would have been better if you could have just watched it all at once instead of weekly.
That show sucked.
True, but would have been...
You're proving my point.
Better if you could have watched it all at once. So I'm kind of just wondering if Echo's just... It was the way it was filmed would just play out better if it was... Felt more like a long movie instead of a television show.
Then it should have been a movie.
Well, that's also true. But
kind of like Obi-Wan.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm not going to assume this is a bad thing. I think it could be.
Show sucks. Calling it.
This guy.
Write it down.
Josh predicts.
Echo's gonna be a solid 2 out of 5. show about a character we don't even care about. There's no reason they needed a whole show.
Let's also think about this. There's going to be a lot of Marvel content here at the end of the year. Loki airing in October, starting to air. That's going to be a weekly show, so starting in October, probably lasting through at least mid-November, and then Echo's going to drop probably the next week. And then we also have the Marvels coming out in November.
Yeah.
In theaters. So there's going to be 3 big Marvel projects all happening within like a 1.5 month span.
Echo's going to suck.
Okay. Okay, Josh. Okay.
I got to get him off this topic. So
I'm just saying.
Segue me into movies.
Okay.
All right, moving into movies. Let's actually just keep the MCU train going.
Woot,
We're going
woot.
to start off with some MCU development rumors. So some behind the scenes stuff. The first one is in regards to Avengers, the Kang Dynasty. So it's the upcoming big Avengers movie, the next big Avengers movie.
They're recasting Kang.
No, but Jeff Loveless, who was attached as the main writer of the movie, has left the project. This was prior to the strike, so it doesn't have to do with the writer's strike at all. But if you remember, Jeff Loveless was the writer of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So he has since left.
May not be a bad
Dynasty.
thing then.
Yes, I'm thinking.
Because this movie sucked.
Yeah,
but the original hype around this announcement that he was working on it was that he was going to bridge the gap between introducing Kang and Ant-Man and then making him a bigger character in the Kang Dynasty. So to lose the guy that kind of...
Okay, but...
I mean, that's an...
Because, like...
Any
like,
writer can do that.
Yeah, like, how much Kanging did he really do? Like, Kang showed up and basically announced that he was a bad guy. And that was it.
Yeah.
Well, he did.
You're not wrong.
He did probably 400, 500 takes of different versions of Kang for that last post scene. I mean, that probably was some work.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like it's just to what Jason said. Like anyone could do that.
Yeah,
that's not a big.
That's like an overarching story. That's not the details.
True. Looking at his resume. He's most known for, obviously, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania most recently, but he's actually been a writer on Rick and Morty for the past, looks like 4 seasons.
That's who I would hire for a Marvel movie. That's the type of writer. Yeah,
I would hire that type of writer for a multiverse movie.
Yeah, but no, that's actually like
not for a Marvel one.
Yeah, that's actually weird. Like the only other thing he's written aside from Rick and Morty and Ant-Man are a bunch of like primetime Emmy Awards presentations and Academy Awards and Jimmy Kimmel Live. So
what did they say? Did they say he has left the project or he was removed from the project?
He has left the project. Mm-hmm.
Did he announce it or did they announce it?
I don't think it's really been announced. It was this story's coming from a podcast from John Roca. His most recent episode on YouTube. I'll link to that in the show notes. On an episode of The Hot Mic. So,
okay,
his scoops are typically pretty.
You get what I'm saying though? Like I'm just wondering, was he fired or did he leave?
Or was he asked to leave?
They phrased it as he left.
Okay. So,
and I'm trying to think of any other high-profile writers that have left or been fired from MCU projects.
Everyone who touched Blade.
I was just thinking that.
Blade is apparently unfilmable.
The project that probably doesn't exist. So.
It's not a real movie. Same thing with Fantastic Four. Doesn't exist.
Well, speaking of Fantastic Four, that's actually the next rumor from MCU. And it's actually from the same podcast show, The Hot Mic. He also mentioned that Emma Stone was reportedly attached to star as Sue Storm in Fantastic Four, but left due to salary disputes.
Oh, interesting.
So we could have had Adam Driver and Emma Stone.
Emma Stone, who played Gwen Stacy in...
Have they actually confirmed that it's Adam Driver yet?
No.
Okay.
But no, so I'm thinking they're probably waiting until we have the entire main forecast before they announce it, like the entire lineup. But no, so Emma Stone, how would you guys have felt about her?
No, I mean, I like Emma Stone. I could see it. It would have been okay.
So assuming this is correct, and they were going for that type of person to play Sue Storm, who do you think to go to next? Who's an Emma Stone-esque type actress?
Michael Cera.
Why do we keep bringing him back up?
Good Lord.
Let's see. Who would be a good foil for, or I guess opposite?
Because I got no one. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Everyone I can think of was already in a Marvel movie.
True.
Right. Gosh.
Like, this is getting increasingly hard for casting directors.
It's probably why they haven't casted anybody
because
yet.
everyone has already been in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet.
What? It's also not how you say his name.
Chalamet? Shamla?
Timothy Chalamet.
Timothy?
Wow.
Timothy.
Chalamet. Okay.
Timothy.
All right, moving into our next story. So, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. By the time this episode airs, it'll actually have been through its third week. But since we're recording this early weekend, we do know that it had a strong second weekend at the box office. So strong that it was the second best second weekend for a Marvel movie of all time for MCU. Second only to 2018's The Black Panther in terms of revenue drop from first week to second week. It only had a 47% second weekend drop. So, and this is compared to other recent MCU movies where Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness had a 67% second week drop. Thor Love and Thunder had a 67% second week drop. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania had a 69% second week drop. So, to have a rebound where Guardians of the Galaxy only has a 47% second week drop, it's kind of saying, hey, superhero fatigue's not a thing. You just have to tell a good story. And people will watch it.
It was a solid movie.
Yeah.
It was a really enjoyable movie.
Eat, Sleep, Nerd approved at a 5 out of 5.
We did.
Certified fresh.
We can't say that.
Certified nerdy?
Yes. Certy nerdy.
Certy nerdy!
Certy nerdy.
Yes!
Pretty sure we already had that revelation. That was like months ago, but okay.
Now, certy nerdy.
I guess we're going on to the next story. All right. We have a trailer reaction for a brand new sci-fi movie called The Creator.
Yes.
So this one kind of...
Hold on. I want to write the movie based only on the title.
Okay.
Tom Hanks plays God, but not the original God, a man-made God who ascended through technology and is now creating a new universe as he watches his old one die.
That's a cool topic.
I like how you went with Tom Hanks. Cool.
Yeah.
Don't think that's what this movie is.
Okay. So is like part of the Trinity of volleyball by any chance?
No.
Oh.
No. Okay.
It's just Tom Hanks at different ages.
Okay.
Would you guys like to know what the movie actually is?
Let's just watch the trailer.
Hang on. Back to the Tom Hanks thing real quick. Okay. I think they did that called Cloud Atlas.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, only it doesn't suck.
Oh, I like that movie.
All right. So this is a teaser trailer for the new film from Rogue One director Gareth Edwards.
If it's 2.5 minutes long, is it still a teaser? Like, at what point is it just a trailer?
It's a trailer.
I guess it depends on what it shows you.
It's a full trailer.
It's starring John David Washington.
That is Denzel's son.
Denzel.
Sorry.
This movie hits theaters September 29th. So we're going to do a live reaction to this trailer. Jason, have you actually watched this already? Because you shared it with us. I've not watched it. I held off. Josh, have you watched it yet?
I have not watched it.
So this is going to be live reactions from us, except for Jason, but maybe he can fake it. So here we go. This is a trailer
acting
for The Creator.
What's heaven?
It's a peaceful place in the sky.
Are you going to heaven?
Love the soundtrack.
No.
Aerosmith,
Why
yep.
not?
You gotta be a good person to go to heaven.
10 years ago today, the artificial intelligence created to protect us detonated a nuclear warhead in Los Angeles.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, this starts intense.
For as long as AI is a threat, we will never
I'm getting like some big Halo vibes and
This is a fight.
Skynet vibes.
Yeah.
Terminator.
Whatever's in there, they're sure worried about someone getting in. Yeah, they're getting out.
That's a big door. Godzilla. Oh, nope.
We're the same.
Ooh, it's
We
creepy.
can't go to heaven
No.
because you're not good.
What?
Yeah, I had some Ender's Games
And I'm
vibes
a
right there.
person.
Did you locate the weapon?
Yeah, it's a kid.
What?
Seatbelts.
I don't like that we're getting
What do you want with the child?
the names of the speakers in a trailer.
Whoa.
We are this close
Yeah.
to winning the war. Execute her, or we go extinct.
Like, I'm trying so hard to react, but like I'm so enthralled I can't say
Right.
anything. Like,
You got some great actors in here too.
Me.
there's definitely some Star Wars inspiration too.
Yeah, this is really relevant for right now too, with all the Chat GPT or whatever AI stuff going on.
So I like how in the trailer, I'm gonna actually rewind here for a second. They actually call out experience the motion picture event.
Ah, yes, they eventized their movie.
Oh, they went to the Kathleen Kennedy School of Movie Making.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm just
Yes.
saying, like, this seems like a big movie, and I think they're pretty confident that it's gonna be.
Or they
Yeah.
wanted to be.
Like, this looks like it's gonna be a pretty big epic movie in terms of scale. Like, this looks.
I think they showed too much though of the movie.
I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I've already decided I would have shot that little kid in the face.
Well, right. Well, not only
Well,
that, but like,
mm.
you know, why show that the kid that he sat next to in the bus is the one that's running the AI program? Why show that now instead of
because maybe
waiting
it's
for
a
the
twist.
reveal?
Maybe it's a twist.
It's to get you
don't need a
emotionally
twist.
That's what
it's
they're
to
wanting
get
to
you
think.
emotionally invested.
I don't need that.
You
You had me with the.
Oh,
Yeah,
feels like false sentiment though. I feel like any human in that situation would have been like, "Yeah, you seem cool, but I got to waste you." Like, I don't know. I feel like it's
Yeah.
setting me up to be emotionally involved in a situation where I know realistically, no, just blast that kid's head off. It's not a real person.
Wow.
Well, I think.
I mean, they even
Well,
said
you know,
it. Waste the kid to save humanity. Done.
Maybe it's
That's
not
a
that,
5-minute movie.
Maybe it's not that
Bam.
simple. God.
Right. Well, maybe. Yeah. Exactly. And then the other thing is that one of the arguments that when you look at movies or books like AI or iRobot,
iRobot. That's what I was saying too.
yeah. Is that where does human compassion and sentience stop when it relating to these AI creatures or androids or whatever? I think it's something we're not having to deal with now, but I think that because we want to create these things that are similar to us, humanoid, that we're going to, at the very least, project kind of humanity onto these things. For example, personally, I was watching a demonstration of Boston Dynamics of their robots, and it was a humanoid-looking robot, and they're trying to show how stable this thing was and how it would continue to try to do the task even if being interrupted. And what they would do is they'd kick the robot to try to knock it off balance, or they'd knock the box out of its hands. And I actually was getting mad. I was like, "Stop! Let it do the job." So you know that kind of thing.
Okay, but take your example. Now
Right.
that robot is trying to kill you.
But why is it trying to kill you?
I don't know, maybe because you kept kicking the box. But the point is, now it's trying to kill you. And it doesn't seem to be particularly interested in not killing you.
Right.
I'm just
But
saying.
the question.
Just
So
saying.
the question.
It looks interesting, and I'll go see it.
It does look. Yeah.
But
And no, you're making a good point. And but just on the other side, I have to see it. And it's like,
What?
you know, if
I
it's
guess-
a
I guess what I'm-
survival thing.
yeah, see,
for
I
the-
guess. Yeah. I guess what I'm saying is you made you said the point that I'm trying to make. You
Yeah.
better set up a reason for me to care about the robots,
Right.
or else this is a situation that shouldn't be a situation.
All right. Valid point. I'll give you that.
Just saying, there better be some story behind this action sequence.
And I'm just saying
Yes.
that
Corey.
this looks like an awesome. sci-fi movie that we have not really seen before. It has lots of inspiration from a bunch of existing sci-fi properties, but I think it looks fresh.
It does.
It looks like a brand new thing that I'm interested in to see what it has to say.
To me, it looks like it could be fresh if it has something fresh to say. Otherwise, it's taking bits and pieces of iconography that I recognize from other sci-fi things that I like, and jamming them together. If you're not saying anything new, then I don't care.
Here's it. After it's released, plot twist written by an AI program.
Oof. Oof. Nominated for an Academy Award. It's the most minority it could possibly be. It's not even a person.
That would be interesting. Because that's going to happen one day, especially if the writers keep striking.
They're already doing stuff like that. Like here's Wes Anderson's version of The Lord of the Rings. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Yeah. People are already doing stuff like that.
No, I'm saying like that's eligible for an Academy Award.
Oh, like it's a good point.
Like who do you get that award to?
The guy that designed the AI.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
The team or that team. Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we will definitely be watching that one coming out. I think it was September. Is that right?
Sounds right.
So yeah, we'll be watching that one for sure. So let's move into video games.
Snap.
All right. The first story is actually one that we kind of talked about last week. It was a leak about an upcoming Mortal Kombat announcement, and it has been officially unveiled now. Mortal Kombat is officially being rebooted as Mortal Kombat 1. We're going back to the original storyline, the original characters. Mortal Kombat 1 will arrive on September 19th for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and Nintendo Switch and PC. And there was a new trailer announced. I'm not going to show it on this podcast because it does get pretty graphic at the end. So I'll be linking to that one in the show notes. But they did also announce the new characters that will be making an appearance. And they did confirm that Homelander, Peacemaker, what's his other name? Omni-Man,
and
a few other ones are making appearances in this game
as DLC.
True.
Right.
You got to spend the extra coins,
which is fine. Because that's nothing
coins with a K.
New. But yeah, so Mortal Kombat coming out this.
They're cameos with a K.
Yes, cameos with a K.
Right. It took me. I was reading the article. It took me forever to figure out what the heck they were talking about. What the heck is that? What's a AMU or whatever it was? I'm like, they're doing the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
thing.
they're doing the K thing.
Yeah.
The characters so far include Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kung Lao, Katana, Melina, Shang Tsung, Johnny Cage, and many more. NetherRealm has confirmed these characters to feature in a new story mode, but is yet to reveal which other game modes will feature in Mortal Kombat 1.
Probably Versus.
Oh, yeah.
That's some insight there, Josh. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And all the other leaks that we mentioned were also confirmed, so there will be collector's editions, collectors with a K, available for pre-order. So
it's becoming increasingly less cute.
My grandmother growing up, we weren't allowed to go to Toys R Us because the R was backwards.
You weren't allowed to go to Toys R Us?
Yeah, we didn't go to Toys R Us because the R was
a
backwards.
Strong position.
And it was
it's a little dramatic.
Was poor education, something like that. So So if she was still around, she wouldn't let us buy Mortal Kombat because they were spelling everything wrong with a K.
Woman, we ain't going there to read.
It's branding. God.
It's okay. They went out of business.
Oh, well, they're back now.
No, well, I don't. Are they? I think Macy's took the name.
There are standalone Toys R Us's in Canada. I can't confirm.
Toys R We?
Okay.
Toys R Us.
Toys R I.
Yeah.
Toys R I.
And then a beta of the game will take place in August for those who pre-order any version of the game on PS5 and Xbox Series, while post-launch NetherRealm will add cross-play and cross-progression.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So, I do love a good cross-play.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I don't see a reason for companies not to do the cross-play anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
obviously the technology's there. Just do it.
Right. Obviously.
At a certain point, you're just being a jerk.
And people, they like their systems. They're not going to switch. That's just how it is. I mean,
it is actually a selling point when your game has crossplay.
Yeah.
That's true.
Increases the likelihood of someone buying it.
Case in point, Josh, he has started playing Modern Warfare 2 with me online, and he has a PlayStation 5, but he refuses to play on the PlayStation 5 because he prefers to play on his PC.
Looks better on the PC.
But it has crossplay, so it's fine.
Oh, that's
we
cool.
can't figure out how to get the cross-play communication working.
Yeah, Activision, figure that out.
So I'm not sure if that was just an error there or what.
It's supposed to work. It ain't working.
Yeah.
Now, I do some cross-play with the Modern Warfare with my brother, and he's got an Xbox, and that works fine with the communication.
I still actually think it was Corey's headset.
Yeah. Well,
because mine was working fine.
Mine was working fine on my end.
Well, here's the thing: if it was difficult to figure out, it's been poorly designed. It should be easy to figure out.
That it's poorly designed.
Yeah, and also, Jason, you play Modern Warfare. Why aren't you playing with us, bro?
Why don't we squad up, bro?
Squad up.
All right. We'll get a squad set up. Okay.
Yay.
My bad.
Squad up.
His B, dog. His B.
All right. In other video game news, I'm just not sure when he's going to press it when he's not. So. All right. So PlayStation has officially announced their PlayStation showcase for this summer, taking place on Wednesday, May 24th at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So this is the
reigning console champ.
Yeah, basically. Josh is actually wearing a PlayStation shirt.
Yeah. No, seriously. Like at this point, I would start advertising it that way.
Yeah.
Like it's an opinion, so you can't legally be held responsible for it or liable for it. But like,
it's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And it's also great timing with all the
kerfuffle
that Xbox has been dealing with.
Word of the day is kerfuffle, by the way.
Apparently.
I like that, kerfuffle.
So this is not a PlayStation State of Play, which is a
different
smaller show that they do every couple of months. This is actually a proper showcase. So this is going to be like E3 style showcase for PlayStation where they're announcing.
This is all the stuff that they would not send to E3.
Correct.
Okay.
Because E3 does not exist anymore.
Right. Because they won't send their stuff to E3.
Yeah. Rip.
Good job, Josh.
My favorite part about that clip is actually you can hear the flag billowing lightly in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So PlayStation Showcase. This is where they're going to obviously be showing off their big upcoming games for this year. So most likely Marvel Spider-Man 2, a few other things, probably the new Last of Us multiplayer game, but also some big new games that are expected to be announced from projects we know studios are working on. They have not actually said what they are yet. So likely a few of those first-party games will be announced at this show. Plus also some potential updates on things we know about, such as possibly the new Wolverine game.
Keep forgetting that game exists.
Yeah, right. So, but that one is coming from Insomniac, right?
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's supposed to be coming at some point too.
Yes.
Really?
Everyone keeps forgetting Wonder Woman's a game.
Yeah, so a bunch of those big games that were announced maybe last year or 2 years ago, it could potentially be showed off at this showcase. So, some other things that PlayStation could potentially show off. Potentially a new portable remote play device for PlayStation. So you could actually play your PlayStation 5 remotely with a new portable device. Not a proper PSP type thing, but something kind of like a Steam Deck, but it's streaming from your PlayStation.
Like a Vita?
Kind of.
So it
won't be...
If you're laying in bed and your PlayStation's in the living room,
yeah,
you could turn on this thing and it'll stream from the PlayStation.
Yeah, trademarks have been filed for it, so we know that they're working on it. So it's potentially going to be announced at this showcase.
If you're going to do that, just put out a Steam Deck. Like a fully standalone thing. Because like this thing is still probably going to be like $300-$400. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like there's only so cheap you can make that.
Yeah.
And it's probably right around the cost of the cheapest Switch. So that's like what, $250?
Something like that, yeah.
About $250. And so if you're going to spend $250 on that, I would rather spend $500 or $600 on a PlayStation Steam Deck or whatever.
Let's just take a... Go ahead.
The only thing that I wonder about is the ergonomics of another system, because the Switch is a really nice gaming system, but if you play it like as a handheld unit, it's almost too big.
Yeah.
And your hands and your arms are too far apart for you to play comfortably for a long duration of time.
Steam Deck's even bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm wondering about that. And then if PlayStation does something similar to that, what are they going to do to make it feel like you're playing something similar to the standard console? Because if they're able to kind of mimic that controller feel while having a portable unit, that's going to be probably one of the best things that they can do. Because if it doesn't feel right or if it feels bulky, it's not going to sell.
Yeah. Bring back the PSP. It was literally perfect.
They just didn't make any games for it.
No, the PSP had tons of games. It was the Vita that didn't.
Oh, that's Vita.
PSP is like one of the best-selling games.
I forgot
of all time.
I forgot.
Was it PSP in tandem with the PlayStation 3 or 2?
It was
3.
PSP came out 2005, so it was the year before PS3 launched.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So,
Then the Vita came out, I think, either just before or just after the PS4. I forget. It was in college, when I was in college. Yeah.
I was going to say, it was when I was in college too, but that's like 18 years. So.
No, the Vita was awesome. It just didn't have any developer support. But yeah, that would be awesome. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So big showcase coming out, I guess, the day after this episode airs. So on the next episode, we'll hopefully have some big stuff to talk about on the next episode.
Big stuff.
Big stuff.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing great. I'm thinking that's going to be a fun showcase. So let's move into just a couple more things. I'm actually saving the best one for last. So the next story, Grand Theft Auto 6
might be coming next year.
So publisher Take-Two Interactive has not outright said it, but in an earnings call for this next fiscal year, they have said looking forward to fiscal 2025,
which would be next year.
Yes, which is from starting April 2024. They quote saying, "For the last several years, we have been preparing our business to release an incredibly robust pipeline of projects that we believe will take our company to even greater levels of success. And starting in fiscal 2025, we expect to enter this new era by launching several groundbreaking titles that we believe will set new standards in our industry and enable us to achieve over $8 billion in net bookings and over $1 billion in adjusted unrestricted operating cash flow." So anyway, they're saying they're expecting $8 billion in revenue starting in April of next year, which is a target they have not gotten anywhere near.
Yeah, I think they've peaked at 4.
Yeah, 4
billion?
or 5.
Yeah.
So that would mean that they are expecting they have to have a mammoth of a game coming out, which what aside from Grand Theft Auto could that be?
I mean, we know it's not Red Dead 3.
Aww.
Although I would literally do a backflip.
It's literally on my wish list.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to get it eventually.
We know it's happening.
But it'll be after Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
Maybe something.
Joke's on us. It's Grand Theft Auto Online Theft Harder. or something.
Grand Theft Harder.
Yeah.
No. So, just reminding everybody of my backstory. Grand Theft Auto is like the series that got me into video games and to my career path. So I've been waiting for this game for literally 10 plus years along with everybody else. But
I mean, I had Grand Theft Auto 5 on like 6 different consoles.
Yeah.
They keep re-releasing it.
Yeah. So, and you just have to think with GTA 5, which has now sold 150 million units lifetime.
Wow.
Which is the highest selling game of all time. You have to think whenever GTA 6 does come out, it's going to shatter sales records. You're not going to be able to find it because it's probably going to be sold out everywhere. Like people are...
And that's why you download it.
Okay.
On PC.
All right.
Because PC's better.
Anyway.
Except for
my
Jedi
point.
Survivor.
When you hear something and you relate it to something else and then you realize you're wrong. This entire time I was thinking you guys were talking about Gran Turismo.
Wow.
And then and then you mentioned Red Dead. I'm like, what?
Wow.
That's like...
All right.
So I'm sitting here completely confused.
So Grand Theft Auto is this series of video games.
Right. Yes. Sorry.
How do I not have a booing sound effect?
Here, I'll get you one for you. Boo!
That is one big pile of shit.
Hey!
I believe that every time. Josh makes my job harder. All right. So, yeah, hopefully Grand Theft Auto coming out in April, which is actually when GTA 4 came out. So GTA 4, prior to GTA 4 coming out, video games traditionally came out in like September, October, because it was leading up to
Is that the one
Hollywood.
with Formula One racers in it?
So anyway, GTA 4 was kind of like the first big AAA title to release outside of the fall window. So it actually kind of makes sense for GTA 6 to kind of like follow that up and also release in April. So this could check out GTA.
So we're doing like evens, odds type things. Like even number ones come out in spring and odd numbers come out in fall. Is that what you're saying? It makes sense.
I'm just done with you.
So April is just the start of the fiscal year.
Yes,
it could come out at any point between April and April.
Yes, but I'm just saying Rockstar has a history of releasing their games in April.
Yeah.
So anyway, a couple of other things, but actually, just for interest of time, we're going to talk about one more thing.
Okay, is this the thing you were holding to the end?
Yes,
clearly.
So, we're gonna watch this together. It's a very short clip.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna say what it is until we just watch it together.
I mean, I can see what it says.
Well, Josh can see it, but Jason can't. So.
I'm completely blind on this one.
All right.
There's nothing more powerful than imagination.
Oh, this is the Nicolas Cage thing.
This is the Nicolas Cage thing.
Dead by Daylight?
Everything you may think you know.
Nicolas Cage, Dead by Daylight. So we know literally nothing about this, aside from the fact that Nicolas Cage is going to be appearing in the Dead by Daylight video game. They're going to announce more details on July 5th. But we got Nick Cage in a video game, which I just didn't think I'd ever say.
It's also, though, given his track record, it's not surprising. Because he does weird stuff.
What is the premise of Dead by Daylight?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask
that. It depends. Like, wasn't the first one with Hayden Panettiere and...
No, that's a different game.
What was that?
That was...
What are you thinking of? Oh, you're thinking of Until Dawn.
Yeah, Until Dawn. One. Okay.
Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer survival horror online game developed by Canadian studio Behavior Interactive.
Ah, yes, the Canadians.
It is a 1 versus 4 game in which one player takes on the role of a killer and the other 4 play as survivors.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And they've had tons of DLC with all sorts of famous monsters, like Jason and Freddy and...
Yeah, the game licenses characters and settings from franchises such as A Nightmare on Elm Street, Attack on Titan, Evil Dead, Halloween, Hellraiser, Iron Maiden, Left 4 Dead, Naughty Bear. Now they have Nicolas Cage on there. Resident Evil, Saw, Silent Hill, Slipknot, Stranger Things, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Very cool. Okay. That seems interesting.
So if you're into horror movies, this is right up your alley.
But how does Nick Cage fit into this?
So that's what I was and that's why I was asking, because I was pretty sure that's what the game was. So my question is he the monster?
Ooh.
Or is he one of the people you play as? Well, I mean, I guess everyone plays as everyone. You get what I'm saying? Is he the antagonist or the protagonist?
Can you do both? Like, can you flip-flop?
Oh, what if it's a whole DLC pack and it's all the different Nicolas Cage characters? So you have like Con Air dude facing off against Dracula and stuff like that.
The Wicker Man and
yes, Wicker Man is there, and what's his face from Gone in 60 Seconds is just whipping a Mustang through it and stuff like that.
And then the
no matter
from
what,
Raising Arizona.
Yeah, no matter what they're actually doing, it won't be as good as what we just proposed.
Right. Yeah,
I just don't understand. Like these are all horror franchises. Like he's never been known as a horror guy.
Oh, he's an everything guy. He's done horror movies. Like Jason said, The Wicker Man, which was not great.
I mean, it wasn't good, but yeah, it was a horror trope.
Yeah.
Of course, he just did Dracula, so there's that.
Mm-hmm. True.
Oh my god,
it's gonna be Ghost Rider.
That wasn't horror. That was horrible.
Oh no!
It had Sam Elliott in it. It can only be so bad.
Sam Elliott even couldn't save it.
So as we end this episode, I just want to talk about the early preview critic reviews that are coming out for Indiana Jones 5 and the Dial of the Destiny. It just got previewed at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's not doing great.
It also got a standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival.
Was that for the film or for Harrison Ford?
Right.
Because right now it has a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think it's critics being critics.
We have said multiple times on this show that critics kind of suck. So this could be one of those examples where critics are just completely off base from what audiences actually care about. So this could still be a good movie.
When does it actually hit theaters?
June 30th.
Yeah.
Why so early?
So that's the other thing. Like
normally studios don't put stuff out early
unless they're confident about it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's James Mangold. He doesn't miss.
I'm feeling like these are critics being critics.
I would say reserve your expectations, reserve your judgments, and let's just go watch another Indiana Jones movie. Because honestly, as long as it's not as bad as Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, we're going to be okay.
Well, currently it's scored worse than Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so we're still going to be reviewing it.
Yeah.
So make sure you stay tuned for June, where it's going to be an action-packed month for us here on the show, where we have lots of things to review. The Flash, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Indiana Jones. We have Strange New World Season 2. We have Secret Invasion, the MCU Nick Fury show. So we have a bunch to talk about in June, so make sure you keep coming back. That's all coming up very soon. In the meantime, don't forget to click that subscribe button over on YouTube, youtube.com/@EatSleepNerd, especially if you're listening on podcasts. We need some followers on YouTube, so please go do that. Click those like buttons, click those bell buttons, and share.
Right, you don't even have to watch the YouTube. You can still listen to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen on YouTube. You don't have to Spotify it. Or iPod it, or podcast it, or whatever.
And I have officially started working on Eat Sleep Nerd swag. The store actually is coming soon. So, woohoo!
It's real.
It's a real thing. It's coming soon. I'm also working on a brand new website for us. It's going to have a bunch of bells and whistles, which I'm very excited about.
Several Flash games.
I can't.
Is that a thing anymore?
I wish it was. Those things were awesome.
But they were fun. Flash games were fun. You ever played Kitten Cannon?
Wow. Christian, come back. We got stuff for you.
There's an empty chair now. Right next to you there.
You're an official host now. It took about 6 months, but we have your cards.
Get over here.
Mortal Kombat.
All right.
But anyway, so Jason, before episode number 59 comes out, what should nerds be doing?
Well, I mean, among their normal daily activities, which we hope includes eating, sleeping, showering, things like that. Mm-hmm. Probably sharing one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
That should be a daily thing, actually. Just share it.
Yes.
But besides all that, we highly recommend that you eat, sleep, nerd.
Take it easy, people.